you looking for?
Oh,
There we go. Extra time. Look, we've got a race at the bottom, and we've talked about that in extra time. Now we're going to talk about the race at the top. We've talked about the title race. We've talked about the very, very bottom, but there is a Champions League race at stake here. We're going to get 5 spots. The rest of Europe sucks. And just as much as we've talked about maybe United being shit this season, Liverpool being crap, Villa being up and down, and Chelsea being up and down, this is still the best league in the world, and you're awarded 5 spots because of that. And this new format gets you that as a whole. I don't know what team we want to start with. Maybe we start with Villa because you guys play them at the week or midweek, and they are in almost a free fall as much as they were in that upward trend. Now they're in that downward spiral. The XG has finally caught up with them, and I can finally say that I've won that just a little bit. They're not winning. They're a team built on moments, and currently the moments aren't swinging in their favors, and that's pretty much been it. They're still a very good defensive team. Just Morgan Rogers, if he's not scoring a banger, they don't really have much. Or if Tammy Abraham's not scoring in the last minute, they're struggling to create. Okay, so here we'll start with this question. If you had to look at the 4 teams that are left in that race, are Villa the team you see dropping out?
Yeah.
At this point, yeah.
Interesting.
I think it's similar to last year where it's just they don't have enough, right? They brought in so much last January on loan on a temporary basis, and I think that gave them a huge boost. We saw them give a top PSG team a run for their money. But I think it's different now. I think Ollie Watkins, you're seeing a lot of it coming from Villa fans, criticism of him running out of legs, let's say. I mean, he's 30 now, but I just don't think they have enough. But at the same time, if it's not Villa, it's us. I do think as shocking as Liverpool have been at times, I think they have enough firepower going forward to get something out of a game. Like you have something you can lean on. I don't think we have that. So I think United and Liverpool, but mainly United, are more comfortable in that conversation. And then it's down to us or Villa, like who's going to fuck up more versus who's going to step up.
Yeah, the United portion, we talked about them in the beginning. The thing that makes me feel pretty confident is the 1 game a week. Yeah. Like they play midweek, which I think might be like one of their last midweek games because they take a week off and they've got that time to prep. Whereas all the other teams in that race have to go midweek and have to try their hardest. Like I think there's a chance that Villa here realize that maybe that top 5 race is going to cost them in Europa, and they might prioritize Europa because of that. Chelsea, you just said it. You guys play PSG next week in an already ridiculous run of fixtures coming up. You've got to play them twice within the span of 2 weeks. And then Liverpool, obviously, they're going to be aiming for UCL because this year has been a catastrophe for them. And they have an easier stretch before it gets very difficult at the end. But those 3 teams are the ones that I'm looking at and I'm going, you actually have to play every single week, like constant 90s for your main guys. And those 3 teams, I don't know who I really see going down. I think Liverpool, they'll be enough just because they've got so much talent. But they don't play good football. Like West Ham gave them a run for their money. And I know they scored 5 fucking goals, right? But they don't look convincing. So, Mila, do you want to talk about Liverpool? I like we like to shit on them as much as possible. So
I honestly haven't been paying attention to them. They're out of sight, out of mind type of thing. Yeah, they can't be annoying if they're not competing. So, like,
not worried about it.
I'm really not, but they do have some good players. A lot of that last game, I think you could say, kind of pulled a Villa. Pretty sure they got outperformed in XG and won 5-2.
Yes, yeah, they did. You're right.
So, if we want a deep XG, it should have been probably like a 2-2 game. But they have guys that can whip out moments like that. How long can that go on for? Will it continue? Will they get complacent in these easier games that you were mentioning? I don't think so. I think they'll be fine this season. And it's kind of just a damage control. Stay in the Champions League spot and get ready for the next season.
I mean, now that I just went through their fixtures, it's not as easy as I thought. After this Wolves game, it gets difficult.
Wanderers.
Well, to be fair, Wolves have been taking points and giving teams games, so I can't even say
Wolves
that.
away isn't for everybody, Dylan.
They play them twice, and then they play Galatasaray twice. Tottenham's in between there, but then it's Brighton, Fulham, Everton, Palace, United, Chelsea, Villa, and Brentford. So it's teams in and within that top race.
That's what this is. There are no teams really where you look at them on the calendar and go, oh yeah, that's easy. That's 3 points. I feel like we keep saying that, but that's why to me it feels like, all right, which team's gonna fuck up the least? I think that's United, right? Just because of what they have up front, they have a sort of formula going, and they can do enough, right? You're taking all of the mistakes out of their game right now. That's not the case for a lot of these other teams. So like, it's really just scraping to the finish line because like every game is a battle. And then you play in Europe midweek with a target on your back because everyone's talking about the Premier League. All these English teams are dominating in Europe in the group stages. Everyone's advancing. So yeah, this part of the schedule really for all these top level English teams is tough. So it's going to be a war of attrition.
That's the only reason United have the advantage, is for that reason right there. And honestly, they're in a really good run of just a really good groove under Carrick. And sometimes the sport is 50% momentum and just vibes. It really can be. You have enough structure, you have enough rest, and then you build in momentum, and you feel pretty good. Maybe I can make the argument that Chelsea want to be in sixth. Is that their sporting directors being like, hey, we can rebuild this thing if we can just put ourselves back in sixth?
The problem is all we were hearing last year was we're going to need Champions League in order to attract top talent. That clearly was bullshit. I mean, we're the world champions and we qualified for the Champions League, and we just got a fucking sponsor 2 weeks ago. So, I mean, at this point, I think Europa League is what we deserve, given how we've operated. But of course, as a fan, I don't want that. I want to be in the Champions League. I want to be competing for the best trophies. But do we deserve sixth place? Absolutely. I do think we deserve that for how we have come into this season and the way we are taking this season and treating it. That's what's deserved, in my opinion. But not everything in this game's deserved happens, right? I mean, the 2 times we've won the Champions League, we fire a coach and we look shaky in domestic leagues. So anything can happen. That's why I'm going to continue watching. That's why I will still be on the show. But, I mean, as a rational man, not looking good.
Yeah, I guess to wrap this segment up, and then we'll do our predictions and get out of here. Let's say one thing for each of these teams that will be the most important piece to the puzzle for them to get into Champions League. One thing. Whether that's one player or one particular thing. I'll start with United, and it's
one word.
One word. No, I like that. Let's do one word. Let's do one word. Maybe we can, and then we can all do one word for each team. I like that. Let's start with United, since we all kind of papered them to be one of the teams.
Bruno.
It's safe.
And I think to your point, energy. They should have more.
C.O.C. We barely talked about him, but it's C.O.C. for me because he breaks low blocks, and I think there's going to be a lot of low block teams that we play against, and he's found the back of the net in 6 out of the last 7. Sorry. I heard the commentator say it, and I had to get it off, and I have to get it off on the pod.
Oh!
Alrighty. Who's next? Aston Villa is currently in 4th, so Villa.
Goals.
Tammy.
Fuck. Rodgers. They need a star player to carry them over.
Honestly, no. It's Tielemans. I think Tielemans being out been a big miss for them and my fantasy team.
Sure.
He adds a different layer to the way they play.
Yeah, they're way more direct when he's in the team. His ball playing ability is top notch. Alrighty, 5th place currently is Liverpool.
Salah? In the form of a question.
Own goals. I hope they score a lot of them.
Okay. It's not even one word.
I don't know. It's a hyphened word. Own goals.
Shit. Defense. I think that's been a big talking point for us this season, and it's going to continue to be it.
And then Chelsea is the final team.
11.
Is that 11 players on the pitch for the rest of the season?
That's good.
That is really good.
Mentality.
Jesus? No, I'm kidding. It's Palmer. It's Palmer.